A very good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce myself and before I start this webinar, can you just confirm through chat box if you can hear me, if audio, video, and screen share, everything is fine? Am I audible? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sayed. Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, welcome to the Kaplan Professional Middle East webinar for CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, as I'm just going to give you the introduction of CFA qualification. But before that, and before I start, all of you are here, and I just want to understand that what is your educational background, and are you a working professional or a full-time student? Are you a graduate or undergraduate in some engineering, accounting, finance, economics, or IT? So can you just briefly type, your names are here, but briefly type that if you are graduated in particular area, plus are you working in some industry which might be relevant or which might not be relevant? So just briefly, please type this, and then I will start the formal webinar. And thank you everyone again for joining. Just briefly, please give your introduction through chat box. You can type your graduation. Are you working in some industry, or are you a full-time candidate or student? So please type few things, and then I will start my discussion. And meanwhile, other candidates, they can also join us. Okay, Sayed, thank you. Thank you for highlighting. Cool. Yes, other candidates, please just share few things so that I can understand what is the background, and accordingly I can relate my discussion with your, areas. Okay, Hemant, thank you. Great. Okay, great. So let's discuss. Okay, Noor, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Great. Okay, so before I start formally, the webinar, let me introduce myself. I am Bilal. I'm head of CFA at Kaplan Professional Middle East. I have more than 10 years of experience in corporate and training. And as you can see, my background is from ACCA. So I started my career from Deloitte. And after that, my keen interest in finance brought me to the CFA world. I completed my CFA, and after that, I was working in Mauritius as a lead trainer and senior financial analyst. And before joining Kaplan, I was the part of Beckers and Partners. It's an equity brokerage company, and I was the head of equity research, evaluating stocks, which is a really risky job in the market. But anyways, I was the part of equity brokerage company and now leading the product here at Kaplan. So training is my passion. I always say it's my first love. And let me introduce about Kaplan. So Kaplan is actually, again, a training providing company, and we deal with ACCA, CMA, CFA, CPA, and different qualifications. We are the part of Fortune 500 companies. And if you know the 500 largest companies in the world, and it's evening time, I'm feeling hungry, I should give you examples of McDonald's, Walmart, Cisco, Apple, Meta, take an example, and we are the part of those 500 Fortune companies from the US. More than 10,000 business clients, and we teach in many languages across the world. So this was just a brief introduction about Kaplan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I go into the depth for the key changes in the CFA program, because many candidates, they just joined, I will just give you the idea for CFA. So in CFA, it's a graduate level investment program. Again, you practically CFA, certification equip you with a lot of knowledge and expertise, which have a global perspective. And of course, in finance field, the most recognized certification in the world, that is, without any doubt, undisputed king of the finance world, that is the CFA. Now, by the way, I will also target some key changes within 2023 and then 2024, or even few updates I will give you for 2025, because in the history of CFA, the biggest changes are happening right now. So I will update you on that. But before that, for CFA, typically a bachelor degree is required. But there is a recent change, which I will again highlight at a later stage today, that if you are doing the graduation and the first 2 years only you have done, but your graduation is not completed, still you can sit for the CFA exam. That is one of the recent change, which is actually the objective of this webinar. After that, for CFA, you can sit in Feb, May, August, and November exam. So there are 4 windows for level 1. Really, Feb and May are past. Now we are running our batches for August and November. So there are typically 5-6 days of August and November where you can register yourself for the CFA exam and you can sit in the computer-based exam. The exam have level 1 exam. I will go in more detail for that. Have 180 multiple choice questions. And those 180 multiple choice questions you have to do in 2 sessions. So the first session is 2 hours, 15 minutes. Then there is an optional break. Again, you have to sit for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So effectively, the total exam time is 4 hours and 30 minutes. And within that 4 hours and 30 minutes, you have to solve 180 multiple choice questions. And each multiple choice question have A, B, C, 3 options. So even if you don't know the answer, there is the 33.3% possibility you can still solve the question. Then level 2 exam and level 3 exams are also conducted in the May, August, November, and Feb and August respectively. Typically, the pass-fail results the CFA Institute publish within 60 days. Sometimes it's in the range of 45 or 60 days, but they send in advance the data that when they are going to announce. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot write with your name the 3 prestigious letters of CFA if you have not shown the relevant 4 years work experience. Okay, so you have to show that work experience. And the good news for you is that work experience might be taken before starting CFA, during CFA, or even after CFA. Anytime if you have the relevant work experience in risk management, in finance, in accounting, in commerce, even you are selling, finance products, CFA acknowledge it as a relevant experience and you can join the CFA charter holders class, right? Before I start the other details of CFA, let me just discuss with you that few key changes which are already into action. So the first one is the expanded eligibility. So expanded eligibility means before 2023, the criteria to go for CFA exam was you must have passed your graduation. And even that graduation might be in any arena, in any area. For example, if you are IT graduate or engineering graduate, law graduate, accounting, finance, economics, any graduate can join the CFA level 1 program. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no exemption in CFA level 1. So CFA do not provide any. For example, when I started my CFA, I was already the ACCA member, but there was no exemption for anyone in the CFA program. But now in 2023, if you are undergraduate, you have only completed 2 years of your graduation, still you can enroll for the CFA program. This is one of the very important change. And actually, due to this change, a lot of university candidates are contacting with us as they want to move. The reason I can tell you that is very, very obvious, especially after COVID and in this increasing interest rate environment. Trust me, that there is a big cut in the job market. So if you have the formal graduation or master's and you are knocking the door of job market, the chances are practically less. So the job market is looking for the candidates who are equipped with professional certifications like CFA. Because if you are the CFA, even level 1 passed, you know how the stock market, bond market, even practically how to do the valuation of real estate, gold, commodities, how to understand the accounting principles. So you are professionally equipped with all those things and you can better do your job. So employers, that's why if you Google now, the job market explicitly in finance related jobs, they are asking for that only the candidates who have at least cleared their CFA level 1 exam, they can go for that job application. And your chances of getting hired, they automatically increase. The second important thing, which is actually the change in CFA, I will keep on discussing about those things. In CFA level 1, there are 10 topics. Let me first go to that side to show you those 10 topics. So for 2023 Feb, May, and then of course in August and November, there are 10 topics and their weights are given. For example, ethics are there, 15 to 20% weight, FRA, which is accounting, 13 to 17% weight, then equity investments. This is my favorite area, stock market evaluation. Fixed income investments is bond market or other treasury securities evaluation. Quantitative methods, it's not math, it's statistics. What is the probability of a recession or other things within stat? Economics. I love to deal with economics. What is inflation? Why the banks typically nowadays are increasing their interest rate? So yesterday I was taking the level 1 economics class, and trust me, I asked the candidates after some basic understanding, now tell me why during COVID, the central banks in all over the world, their interest rate was closer to 0.1%. And now why the interest rate from US, UAE, and majority of the countries, they are increasing. So all the inflation, GDP, business cycle related discussions, very, very important for all type of jobs, because if you don't know the macro analysis, trust me, it's very difficult to do the micro analysis. So economics cover all those things in detail. Corporate issuers. Now let me tell you a few changes. From 2022 to 2023, this corporate issuers topic actually brought few changes. So there are 2 learning modules which are actually added in this topic, corporate issuers. This is one of the change. Similarly, I was talking about economics. In economics, introduction to geopolitics, that was one module added in 2023. So there are a lot of changes from 2022 to 2023, and there are even more upcoming changes from 2023 to 2024, which I will discuss shortly. So economics have few changes in the content. Similarly, if you are a repeating candidate sitting for 2023 exam, please do not rely on your old materials. And even the materials which are being covered in 2023, slightly they will change in 2024. But those changes are not very big. There are other changes in the CFA Institute, which I will share with you. Similarly, derivatives are few things. So there are few things, like one of the complete module in derivatives have been rewritten. In alternative investments in 2023, there are few changes. And again, in portfolio management and wealth planning, they have made some changes. Remember, CFA Institute each year update their material. So nowadays, students are a bit panicked that, Bilal, if we study something in 2023, again, the content will be changed in 2024. But trust me, it's not a problem. The reason is that even in 2021, what was the material? It was changed in 2022. And from 2022, when we started level 1 in 2023, again, there was a change. But change never means such a dramatic change that all the content is irrelevant. So what we do at Kaplan, even if you are sitting for 2023 exams, let's say in November exam, and if let's say there is a small one learning outcome statement changed in quantitative methods or alternative investments or ethics, then we have continuous batches And you will get that opportunity that if you want to revise any change in 2024, we will give you opportunity to join that batch and cover that change easily. Even we have recorded sessions for every change. You can get access to even those recorded sessions in case if you want or you change your mind and you want to sit exams in 2024. So effectively, this change will not affect you. The reason is there are minor level changes at individual LOS, and we just identify those changes. We tell the candidates that this formula was given, now it is deleted, so don't worry about that. Or this LOS was requiring to define something, now it want to say explain something, so please go in detail. So these micro level changes every year they happens. So the question is, then what are the big changes in CFA? Let me start discussing those big changes, and then I will move on to other things. By the way, at the end of the session today, there will be a small demo lecture just to share that if you are attending face-to-face class or live online class, how is the feel? So I will discuss some small 10-15 minutes discussion for some demo lecture. But before that, let me target what is this digital practical skills module? Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, CFA brought this digital practice skills module for the very first time, but this will be applicable from 2024. But how, what is this? Let me share some details with you. Sorry. There was a common, discussion between candidates that we are equipped with the knowledge, with understanding, but we want to apply it practically. So now what the CFA Institute did, let's say you are registered for your exam and you are waiting for your exam results. So the CFA level 1 students, before their exam results, they have to log in on their account with the CFA Institute, and there will be two options given. Number one, financial modeling. So there will be a detailed video available from CFA Institute that whatever you have covered at theoretical level, how you will be applying this in real world, which is actually called how to prepare income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and through that, how to do financial modeling. And then you will be required that whatever you have learned in that video, please try to apply it online. Remember, the good news, there is no pass or fail criteria for that. So it's just to increase your interest in the relevant arena. You are just doing or practicing that financial modeling, and we will keep on guiding you that how you can watch the video and how you will apply that in a practical situation. So this is actually that financial modeling. Second option will be the Python fundamentals. So let's say some people who are interested in Python, understanding, statistical data in a Python. So that Python fundamentals will be the second option. So you can choose in going forward in 2024, number one, what is financial modeling? Or second option is Python fundamentals. One of them you have to choose, watch the video, do some basic stuff. There's no pass fail criteria. You just have to show your effort, and then you will be eligible to receive your results. So this is one thing which is required. Again, it's not tested in actual exam. So the big problem in the candidate's mind is that Bilal, actual exam will change. Actual exam is still highlighting the small changes within the curriculum, which is every year job by the CFA Institute. It's actually before your result, you just have to perform this. Similarly, for level 2 students, there is again Python fundamentals. When they are waiting for their exam results, they can choose the option of Python fundamentals or the data science and artificial intelligence. Again, some small video, then you have to check what is happening, and actually the system will, through some record, they will maintain that the student have seen that video or some stuff or some application they have done. Again, there is no pass fail criteria for this practical digital skills module. Are you getting this, what I'm telling you? Clear on this? Okay. Now there is another change, but that is not going to affect you in the short term, and that is specialized pathway. Ladies and gentlemen, if some CFA level 2 students or even level 1 students are sitting here, there is one very important update, but that will be applicable in 2025. not even in 2023. But for all the CFA aspirants, that is relevant. So what is happening till 2023? In CFA level 3, we cover the same content and then we are going for the exam. But practically what happens, you might be working in a private equity fund. So private equity fund mean, let's say many investors gave you the money. You took that money like a mutual fund manager, but you are investing that money sometimes in private businesses, schools, IT ventures. So you are typically called a private equity fund. So the people who are working in that industry, 70% of the CFA level 3 material will be same for everyone, but the 30% of the material you can choose. Let's say if you are working in private equity, then you can click that, okay, 30% of the material should be from private equity. Then in real exam situation, you will be tested for that 30% portion only from private equity. Similarly, there is one area, private wealth management. Imagine I came and I told you, I'm 16 years old. In fact, I'm not 16. It's just a random example. I have this portfolio. I do not have any dependents. I want to work till the age of 50 years. And I'm expecting a non-stable job. How you will invest my money in stocks, in bonds, in real estate, in gold, in commodities, or in other asset classes. So this sort of wealth management, because there are a lot of wealth management companies in UAE and in the region, and they actually require CFA level 1, level 2 candidates who can deal with this. So this specialized pathway will give opportunity to those professionals that they can choose that 30 to 35% content according to their work environment. Clear on this? And then there is a general portfolio. The third option in level 3 in 2025 will be the portfolio management pathway. So portfolio management pathway means if you are, let's say, dealing with equity or fixed income, typical, you are not in wealth management, you are not in private equity, you are a typical portfolio manager, then those people can choose that option. So I can say, like ACCA, a sort of specialization will be there in 2025, but only and only in CFA level 3. So I wish you very good, best of luck for your CFA level 1 and level 2. But in 2023, based on your, in which arena you want to go, based on where already you are working, you can choose out of these 3 options, one option, and you will be tested the 30-35% material from that private equity, wealth management, or portfolio management, right? This was the second biggest change which CFA Institute announced, but people are worried that what is happening? It is coming in 2025. In 2024, the first point, digital practical skills module is important, and that's good for you, but no pass-fail criteria is there. You just have to watch, you just have to do some practice, that's it, nothing else. Next thing, CFA Institute for the very first time also brought additional practice questions. So they actually created more than 1,000 more questions, which are actually created by those people who are designing CFA actually exams. So you know that there are a group of people or charter holders who are designing CFA exams. So they have created those additional practice questions, and that will be a very important tool going forward starting from 2024. But again, that is not a problem because we have, let's say at Kaplan, we offer 3,550 multiple choice questions in our Schweizer question bank. And we tell the candidates that your objective is not to study more, not to study less, just ensure that you have done all these questions, you can easily pass your CFA level 1 exams. There is one last notable change, and after that, I will take your questions. That is prerequisites. Prerequisites mean, think in this way, what is income statement? What is balance sheet? Similarly, in accounting, there is a word inventory. In accounting, there is a word long-lived assets or non-current assets. So till 2023, all of this content is actually the part of your curriculum. So your curriculum check you practically, what is the definition of inventory or what is long-lived assets? What are the accounting rules? So not only these things are tested and then analysis are also tested. But in going forward 2024, they will assume that you already know inventory, long-lived assets. And even for that, the CFA Institute will give you the data. So they will assume you already know that data, and the CFA exam will actually check the analytical skills on that. So my personal take on that is try to complete your CFA level 1 before 2024, because in 2023, whatever you ultimately you have to cover everything. So in 2024, you have to cover basics or prerequisites, because without them, do you think you can understand the analysis? The answer is no. So that you have a very good chance to sit for November 2023 exams, where even whatever you are covering basics, they are also tested in exam, and their analysis, of course, they are the part of exam. In 2024, they will give you the prerequisites, but most testing will be from analytical portion. So that's why I strongly recommend you go for November 2023 exam, so that whatever you are covering basics, we are ultimately going to teach everything. But that also will be tested in exam, which is again a very, very good thing for your exam perspective. Clear on this? So, ladies and gentlemen, again for November exam, I will just highlight a few more minutes and then I will give you the demo session, how we can help you in your CFA journey. So our flagship product, even more than 60 years, even when I was doing my CFA level 1 14, 15 years back, and I was not the part of Kaplan, I and all of the people, they were using the Kaplan Schweitzer notes. So the game changer is actually, we will give you the Schweitzer notes. So I always have a joke in the first class that if you start reading the original CFA curriculum, you know, economics only have more than 800 pages. So these are heavy books actually, which humanly it's not possible that you can cover all the books within 4 months. And they are talking about, you know, the world market economic situations. So what should be done? We will provide you for each relevant book a Schweitzer notes, which is actually the short summarized form of the whole book. And that Kaplan Schweitzer notes, plus we will be giving you in the class quizzes. So in what we have covered, I will tell you just one word. What is the best way to pass CFA exams? The one word is practice questions. So that's why what we have designed in 2023, we will be giving you in the class some questions you have to solve with us. The homework will be assigned to you. So you have to do that homework. We will give you the reminder, hey, this homework on the learning management system or the website is pending. Please do that. For every topic, there will be a quiz. So once you have covered that topic, please go for that quiz, and that will tell you where you are standing, where you are falling behind, and the trainers, they will provide you the assistance that how you can increase your scores. So all the CFA full-time trainers are here. So our whole staff at Kaplan are the full-time CFA charter holders who are teaching you in the classes, then through quizzes, mock exams, revision sessions, doubt clearing sessions, and all of you will be the part of a WhatsApp group that is only for educational purposes. So 24/7 support will be there from Kaplan. Whenever you have any doubt, you can ask that doubt in the WhatsApp group. Just take an image, and your fellows or the team of 6 CFA charter holders all are there to support you in the CFA journey. So this is what I was telling you, that we have Schweitzer notes, volume 1 to 5, Schweitzer quick sheet, all the formulas on one page. Then we have practice exams. We have question bank. By the way, this question bank is the game changer. So 3,550 questions just to practice that how the real exam situations looks like. Okay. Then we have study calendar and online resource library. These are actually just images of how the whole system works, and a dedicated student relationship officer will be there just to show. This is one of the example from our learning management system from our website. So you can see here, course schedule will be on the website. Slides are there, which we are covering in the classes. Then even every class is a recorded class. So, practically, when you attend a comprehensive topic, you cannot absorb 100% of the material. At Kaplan, we record every class, and that real actual class will be available on the LMS. So just click on this day what was covered. You can recall, and even class notes. Again, class notes are very important, because in CFA, Only the hard work is not required. Smart work is really very, very important. And how to do smart work, your trainers will be telling you on each day, this is exam focused. And this is not exam focused. Here calculation is required as per LOS. And here calculation is not required. So don't worry about that. So all these things we are actually capturing in the class notes. So I always discuss with the candidates simple approach. Attend the class, review class notes. That will take 15 minutes because you have practically attended the class. Read the relevant Schweitzer book, let's say relevant chapter, which is called reading or module. And after that, solve questions from the Schweitzer question bank and you are done. So your objective is attend the classes, review class notes, read the Schweitzer relevant portion, which will be very easy because you already know all the concepts. Then do the practice questions and you are ready for the exam. So for all 10 topics, we will be applying the same methodology. So here is the introduction. I'm Bilal. Ms. Shima is the CFA charter holder. Mr. Akshay, Mr. Jamal, all of the CFA trainers who are expert in the relevant area, subject matter experts, they will be attending your classes and you actually will get from these full-time CFA charter holders a lot of exposure from all the topics. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will just give you some opportunity. So anyone, if you have questions regarding any changes regarding CFA or what is the, I will even tell you in advance. I already told you employers, they explicitly require nowadays that CFA level 1 passed students only should apply for that job. So your graduation or master will not give you that competitive advantage. So think in this way, if I'm an employer and I want to hire you for an investment role, I will definitely give more priority to the graduate or undergraduate person who is equipped with level 1 because less effort will be required to train that person in the company and make that person a valuable asset. So before I start a 10 minutes demo lecture, and again, the objective of that demo lecture is that how the real class looks like, what is the feel of online or face-to-face session. Before I start, here are the contact details of Ms. Deema, who is our program manager, and email and mobile is there. Further queries regarding enrollment and pricing and other factors, you can ask even right now. Ms. Deema is also attending this webinar. But ideally, if you have other questions related with CFA changes or anything, please feel very comfortable to ask. And meanwhile, I will be getting ready for the demo lecture. Yes, if you have any questions, please feel very comfortable to ask. Okay, what I will do, I will quickly start some demo session and I will just take your 10 minutes. So you will get idea how we deal actually in the real class. So there are actually 10 topics and quite possible the topic which I'm starting, you are not familiar with that. So that's no worries at all. I will just show you that how we at Kaplan, as being the premium tuition provider for the CFA, we practically add value in the classes. Okay, so let's say randomly I'm starting some topic. Imagine I was the investor and other investors, they gave you $100 million, and you all people who are attending this webinar, you are the management of the company. So they gave you $100 million at the start of the year and they ask you to run a company. And let's say this company is might be a real estate, a table manufacturing, a transport company. I don't know the nature of the company. So let's say an example of table manufacturing company. So you started your company on 1st Jan 2023 and you finished the first year at 31st December 2023. I have a simple question from you. Because we people gave you $100 million, you as a management, you started the company, you were making throughout the year sale and purchase in the company, you were buying property, plant and equipment to make tables, then you were selling those tables, paying wages to employees, paying taxes to the government, and many more activities. But at the end of the year, if I ask you, hey boss, what you did in the whole year. So can you tell me how you can give me the information? So do you think you will write some essay that Bilal, we did this sale, this purchase? Or is there any other way that how you will show me your performance of the company? Anyone? Any idea? So typically, you will prepare something which is called financial statements. I always have my personal, logic for this. Trust me, financial statements and accounting is very easy. We made it difficult because we have to create jobs for us. So at Kaplan, we will not teach you like a tricky topic, debit credit. We will practically relate it with the market situation. We will practically learn some basic concepts. Then we will make them fancy and juicy because we have to sit for the exam. So financial statements simply mean that you want to show what happened during the period. By the way, anyone who know at least one or two names of these financial statements? Anyone? So have you heard this word income statement? We will definitely cover in actual CFA class in detail. Have you heard about this balance sheet, which is another important part of financial statements? Very good, Mr. Muhammad, very good. And have you heard this cash flow statement, which is again another important element of the financial statement? Very good, Said. Very good. Now, the key point here is that question is, this financial statement or income statement is like this final product. But the question is, what are the ingredients of this final product? So then we have another concept. So we don't know what is income statement, how to prepare balance sheet, how to prepare cash flow statement. But to prepare these final products, we have something which is actually called elements of financial statements. Elements of financial statements. Or can I say in simple word, ingredients of financial statements? The answer is yes. The question for it means first, we need to understand these elements of financial statements. I will give you a few examples. There is something called sales. By the way, if you are a table manufacturing company, what is your day-to-day activity? Selling tables. What is the day-to-day activity for the Coke? Selling bottles. What is the day-to-day activity for the Rolls-Royce company? Selling cars. So it means in day-to-day activities, what you sell, that is called sales. So it means throughout the year, what was the sale? We will calculate that number. Similarly, expenses. If you run a table manufacturing company, there are a lot of expenses like raw material you have to buy. You have to buy glue for your tables, nails, then labor cost is there. Then you are paying wages or salaries to accounting or finance or other people. Then you might be paying interest expense. You might be paying a tax expense. So all expenses we will combine here. Then there are three technical words. Definitely, I'm not going in extra detail. One is called asset. This we will cover in the first class of CFA. There is another important word, liability, which is also called obligation. And a third word, which is actually called equity. I'm just showing you the overall system, how the FSA works, financial statements work. So practically, when we will cover these topics in CFA classes, in the topic FSA, financial statement and analysis, we will learn with the help of income statement, with the help of sale and expenses, we will prepare income statement. With the help of assets, liabilities, and equity, we will prepare the balance sheet. How to prepare? Definitely, it's a long class. And with the help of then income statement and balance sheet, we will prepare the cash flow statement. By the way, these three statements are discussed in advanced level in good detail in your CFA curriculum. And that will be our first topic in the CFA. Very interesting. I will be telling you that back in 2002, how the Enron or other companies, why they were bankrupted, how they were doing accounting frauds. So how I covered accounting, not rule-based. I thought if I have to impress my shareholders by giving better presentation of the company, how I will do some accounting fraud. So definitely, if you know how to do accounting fraud, then you can become the analyst who can capture the accounting fraud. Intention is again very ethical, very positive. But this is just a way. There are elements of financial statements. With them, you will be preparing financial statements. Just 3 more minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell me What is the asset? Any idea? If any accountant is especially sitting here, I want to ask a question. What is asset? So the definition of the asset is anything which is under your control and anything which give you the future economic benefits. Slightly, I'm just, just for fun, I'm covering this. Future economic benefits, that is called asset. I will give you some examples. Cash is your asset because cash is under your control and your company can do anything with cash. Similarly, inventory, let's say there are a lot of tables in the company which you sell. So inventory is your asset because when you will sell these tables, you will get money. Similarly, your property, your building, your plant, your equipment, even your software which you are using in the company, everything which gives you the benefit is called asset. One last question and we are done. Do you think I am Bilal? I am employee of Kaplan. Please tell me, I am the asset of Kaplan? My boss told me many times, Bilal, you are the valuable asset of the company. But what do you think? Look at the definition. So do you think Ronaldo or Messi, they are the assets of their clubs? Any idea? Any random discussion, that's fine. So when you will be joining our course, I will tell you there that employees generally are not treated as an asset. So if your boss tells you or your colleagues tell you and they appreciate, hey, you are the valuable asset of the company, trust me, they are joking. Or in general sense, that's fine. Otherwise, generally employees are not an asset. So the international accounting standards right here that why the employees are not asset in accounting. In common life, it's okay. Because this criteria of control is not applicable. So the standard right, there might be a death incident, which is not in the control of the company. Employee can become insane, out of sense. This is not in the control of the company. Or sometimes employee can breach the contract with the company, move away, and company cannot control that situation. So because that control criteria is not okay, so good for gossips, good for discussions with your colleagues, practically employees are not assets of the company. Exceptional cases, Ronaldo, Messi, or Sachin Tendulkar, because the football players or these cricket players, when franchises buy them, they are the exceptional cases. Yes, there we treat them assets, but generally speaking, the employees are not assets of the company. Do you have any technical question on accounting or in your practical work? Because this is I always say, the area of interest. Feel very comfortable to ask. Or if you have any other question related with CFA or related with guidelines, how to study or how to, proceed with the CFA journey, because it is the most prestigious certification in the finance world. So feel very comfortable to ask any question. Let me again highlight the contact details of our program manager, Miss Dima at Kaplan Professional Middle East. So email is there, mobile is there. Feel very comfortable to contact her and she is there to support you in your CFA journey. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. I believe you enjoyed this short discussion. But again, I'm here in the webinar. If you have any question related with CFA, please feel very comfortable to ask us. Very good, Sayyida. So again, for CFA level 3 candidates, I always recommend one thing. I passed personally my CFA and ACCA exams in the first attempt, but the most difficult was level 3 for me. I somehow passed, but I will tell you what happened with me. What I was doing, I was opening a question, looking at the answer. Remember, even at level 1 or level 2 or level 3, but level 3, it's very crucial. It will always make sense when you look at the question and look at the answer. So today, for example, I'm covering and I'm ready for that, this topic like capital market expectations. So in level 3, please remember, do not look at the answer. Always for constructive response questions, write it. Because when you will write it, you will make a lot of mistakes. And second thing, during your exam, always look at the command words. So let's say sometimes you are good with understanding inflation. So any question which is closer to economy, because it's a constructive response question, generally candidates go in their arena where they are strong. So they believe we have written a lot, but if the requirement was defined, just define. If the requirement was justify with the 2 reasons, then give a positive reason, because justification should be positive, not negative. So the command words are very important. And how to practice them? Always write, and then compare your answer with the real answer. So then even it's a theory question in constructive response area in level 3, always compare what I have written. Let's say if there were 2 points out of 5, at least I have mentioned those 2 points. If yes, you got marks. But if not, it means you're falling behind. So you have to be smart in level 3. Trust me, not very hard work is required. As Aisha, you are the part of CFA level 3. You passed through level 2 difficulty. So level 3 will not bog down you. It will not be extensive, but the smart work is very, very important. My personal comments are, don't memorize. Memorization can work in level 1 or 2. In level 3, you should be purely logical. So if you are logical and you understand what is butterfly spread or what is, let's say, recession hedge word, so then you can write those words in detail. So conceptual understanding and then solving questions in the right way without looking at answers is the key to success. This is my 14 years of experience as per that. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Very relevant and very pertinent question. Yes, any other question by the candidates? Again, on behalf of Kaplan, thank you so much for joining this. We are waiting for you in the CFA program, especially for the November classes. See you there. Just you need a solid commitment and a lot of practice. And trust me, at Kaplan, you will be in safe hands, because we are ensuring the success in the CFA exams. And we have a long history, a full wall filled with CFA charter holders' name. And I wish you all the best. And I wish I should see you in the CFA Society Emirates and other society events as a CFA charter holder. Thank you so much again. See you. Stay safe. Good evening. Bye-bye.